All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a couple of real people out there, just like you, just like me. All right, before I get going, this puppy right here, the Wilder Blue. This is just an amazing band. Another great find from the hills of West Texas. Think Eagles, Seven Bridges Road, but from start to finish. Big, beautiful, rich harmonies, great songs, great playing throughout as well. Just one of those things that you're probably not going to hear about. So here it is, the Wilder Blue. Instead of the Wild Blue Yonder, it's the Wilder Blue. And they have other stuff out there. I believe they have at least one other album prior to this one, but just fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, Phil Collins today gets some fantastic news that he won't be taken to the cleaners by his third wife. Phil did not marry well. Throughout his life, he just, marriage and Phil Collins, well, can we say gold diggers? Yeah. This particular wife apparently wanted a piece of the action when Phil Collins sold his house in Florida. Looks like the legal battle between Phil Collins and his third wife, Orion CV, is over for now. Page 6 reports that a judge has dismissed Orion's $20 million lawsuit against the superstar singer. On Friday morning, Judge Alan Fine tossed the case, noting that Orion had violated court orders 10 different times and writing, "I'm done with this. I feel comfortable that enough is enough." Wow. Pretty strong words from the judge, but that, I guess, just shows you how ridiculous this whole case is. Orion is the mother of Phil's two youngest children. She was suing him for half the proceeds from the sale of his Miami mansion, which he sold last year for $40 million. So she thought she was owed $20 million, that she deserved $20 million of the $40 million. Phil's lawyer told Page 6 before she filed this case, Orion threatened to make disparaging remarks about Phil Collins unless he caved into her demands for 50% of the proceeds from the sale. So basically, this woman is going to go out and badmouth Phil Collins and tell the world how horrible he is and blah, blah, blah. And it's like extortion, right? It's, you know what? When you've got this much money and you've got this much power, right? And Orion is considerably younger than Phil Collins, like 1/3 of his age or something. Phil could pretty much, hey, I'm Phil Collins and want to be my wife, and you're fairly attractive and you would make a great wife and we can have some kids together. And that's happened to Phil on more than one occasion now. Phil and Orion, if you weren't keeping up with this stuff, married from 1999 to 2007. She was legally married to another man from 2008 to 2017, but reunited with Phil in 2015. Get this, because she claimed he said he'd give her half the proceeds from the house if she moved back in with him, which he denied. I think the judge sided with Phil here. So she was married to someone else, and she reunited with Phil in 2015. And get this, in 2020, while she was still living with Phil, she secretly married another man she'd selected from a male escort site, court papers said. Phil sued to eject the couple from the mansion so he could sell it. So she married someone else and was living in Phil's house. And I mean, I don't know how anyone couldn't be sympathetic to this situation. The headline reads, "Take a look at me now. Judge dismisses $20 million lawsuit Phil Collins' ex-wife brought against him." That's just really crazy. So in any event, folks, this is at least a settled thing here, and we can all breathe a sigh of relief for Phil Collins. I mean, it just, this kind of stuff, when you've got lots of money, you become a target. If the person isn't really into you, doesn't think that highly of you, and just is literally marrying you for your money, and then she's going off with somebody else. She's married to somebody else. She's living in his house. She makes this demand, you know, that, hey, if you don't give me the 20 million, I'm going to spill the beans about you, Phil. She ain't looking so good in more ways than one, by the way. I don't know. I mean, I guess she's kind of attractive, but I'm looking at pictures of her and I'm going, I don't know. Look, Phil, here's the deal, buddy. There's no need to do this again. There's just no need to do this. I think what you should do, though, is find somebody who can take care of you. I'm not saying even a wife, just find a nice woman who's willing to, you know, work for you and get paid a decent wage and just to take care of you. I mean, here's a guy with a lot of problems, has trouble walking, and has had a number of health problems. Of course, we wish this guy well. Genesis, pretty much as a touring band, that's what we hear, is over. And I suggested that Phil's son, Simon Collins, would be a great replacement for Phil if Genesis was to continue. It's hard to argue with that. It's closer to Phil than, say, Deacon is to Glenn Frey in the Eagles. And I think people would really respond well to that idea. Anyway, they're not listening to me, but there's got to be some promoter out there who could shop this around. Irving Azoff. Speaking of shopping stuff around, I'm shopping the Wilder Blue to you. Of course, you don't have to purchase this. You can just stream it like everything else, but you really should try to support the artist. That's what I always suggest. Really great stuff if you're into that old school harmony stuff from the 1970s, heavy duty Americana flavor to it, and a bit like the Eagles, right? Just a little bit. All right, people, again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Patreon for $1 a month, and if you want to do more, that's up to you. But again, I appreciate everyone's support as we get ridiculously close to 60,000 subscribers, 60K. I mean, I remember when I was excited about 600, and now we're at 60,000. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.